Hello, my name is Karen Brownlee, and I am with the North Suburban YMCA, and I'm here to take you through the Balance for Walking class. Welcome. Before we get started, I want you to look around your space and make sure that you don't have anything in the way, like a throw rug or perhaps something else that you may keep on your floor, maybe a cord from somewhere. I want you to clear a space so you have plenty of room to work, and that way you won't trip over anything. This class is called Balance for Walking. We're working on balance exercises that will help you with your walking and walking exercises that will help you with your balance. If possible, I'd like you to have yourself near something in your home, a countertop or a table. I have the back of my couches here, and I'm going to use those for balance should I need them while I'm walking. We do this class at the North Suburban YMCA in the gym. It's a big space where we have lines on the floor to help us keep in our space. And we do things like walk forward and backward and sideways. And some of the people will sometimes use the wall for support. I don't have a wall available here, so I'm going to be using my couches. Again, you can use couches, you can use a table, you could line up your dining room or your kitchen chairs, you could use a counter, anything that will give you a little extra balance. If you have a wall that you can use, terrific, use that. All right, so we're going to get started. The first thing we do in the Balance for Walking class is walk forward. So, join me and walk forward. You can walk forward, then turn around, and walk forward again. When walking, I want you to look out about 10 feet in front of you. I'd like you to keep your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. You're going to try to get your balance for your walking from your core. And you're just going to walk forward. It's an easy heel toe. You go at a pace that works for you. You can turn around one direction and then turn around the other direction. And you just walk forward, nice and easy. It doesn't have to be a lot of steps. And if you want to be near that balance support, you can use that to help you walk forward and forward. The next activity we do is walking backwards. So you can walk forward and then backwards. Now in class, we only walk backwards facing one direction so we don't bump into each other. But if you feel safe, you can then walk backwards again. Having your support there should you need it, or if you're confident, you can walk away. If you do this all the time, then I trust that you're confident in walking backwards. But if you don't walk backwards regularly, stick next to your support so that you have it there so that you don't trip and fall. Tripping and falling is not what we're looking for in this class. Again, your chest is up, your shoulders are down, and your belly is tight as you're walking backwards. And it's just a nice, easy pace. Something you can think about while you're walking backwards would be to lift from your tush. Lift from your tush. Tush, tush, as opposed to just from your knee. Lift from your tush. Lifting that leg nice and high behind you. Using your balance support should you need it. I'm moving out because there's better lighting here. And you walk backward. Okay. The next walk on our list is sideways. So you turn sideways. If you need that balance support, stay in front of it. I'm going to move over so you can see me better. And you're going to walk sideways. The key to walking sideways would be to have your knees slightly bent. Them soft the whole time. Sometimes people will end up locking their knees. I don't want your knees locked. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. And of course, balance support, and even if you don't, you might want to have it there just in case. Again, falling is not the objective here. Practicing your balance is. As you go sideways, you can think about the four corners on the bottoms of both of your feet, one on either side of the ball of your foot, one on either side of the heel of your foot, and evenly distributing your weight on those four corners as you go sideways. As always, your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. And you're walking sideways. Now I'm turning sideways so that you can see me sideways. If you can do it facing the camera, as long as you've got support there if you need it. One direction, then the other. In the gym, we go the whole length of the gym if that's a possibility for you, but you don't have to at home. Direction, and then the other direction. sideways. And then the next on our list is a grapevine. A grapevine would be to step in front, step behind. I've got long legs and not a lot of room here, so I'm just going to go the other way, step in front, behind. However, if you aren't used to doing this, I recommend standing in front of your support, stepping in front and behind, and in front and behind. So in behind, in front, behind, and in front. Now with this exercise, you tend to spend more time on the ball of your foot as opposed to having your foot flat and using those four corners. You're only going to be using the front two corners more so. Certainly you can put your heel down. I'm going to turn this way now so you can see it front and behind, front. So whatever's going to work for you in the space that you have, front, behind, or behind, in front, both directions. Your hips move with this one. They don't have to point straight ahead the whole time. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. So in front and behind. That's a grapevine. Some call it a karaoke. If you've got a smaller space and you want to do smaller steps, see how that feels? You can do that. You can also do larger steps if that feels better. Just going in front and behind, practicing balance as we do it. Next on our agenda is a leg extension. The leg extension, you lift out, you bring in front, you put down. I'm going to pretend I've got something next to me so you can see my legs go up, forward, down, up, forward, down. However, if you need your balance support, by all means, stand next to it and use it. In fact, I would say stand next to it and use it even if you don't need it, so that it's there for you if you lose your balance. You'll turn around, forward again. Now, if you take this class with me regularly, you ever do it backwards as well, you can take it forward, try it backwards. But if it's not something that you usually do, I think just walking backwards is enough for the backwards activities. You take it forwards. How many times should you do this? As many times as you comfortably can. If you've already run out of the ability to be comfortable doing this exercise, you need to wait for the next one. In class, we do this on our own. Everybody goes at their own pace. And that's what they're capable of doing. Joke that there aren't any Joneses, so you don't need to keep up with them. So any of these activities that don't feel good for you, they aren't activities that you should do. If any of them make you dizzy, or hurt a joint, hurt any other part of you, then you shouldn't be doing that. Lifting, you're straightening, you're putting down. Lifting, straightening, putting down. You don't have to get the legs super high. You can keep it really low and just lift, down, lift, and put down, lift, and put down. All right. The next exercise that we do in class is called an arabesque. I've got something over here I can use for support too. The arabesque is really now, if you aren't used to this exercise, you may just want to stand in front of the support and lift one leg and the other leg. If you're comfortable walking and doing it, walk and lift. Lift. Of course, if you're not used to doing this activity, I recommend you do it holding on to a wall or a countertop or a table or a row of chairs or the back of a couch. And if you have to rearrange your furniture to use the back of a couch like I did, I'd rather you not do that. I'd rather you be near a kitchen table or a dining room table or a countertop. You just set your computer there and you do these exercises with me, walking along your countertop or your table. If you're used to doing this activity, then you can do it out in the middle of a space, but only if you're used to it and you're comfortable doing it. Lifting the leg behind you, again, from the glute. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Again, if you're already done doing this one and your body says, I've had enough, stop and wait for the next activity. If you want to keep doing this one or any of them longer, come up to your computer, hit pause, do it a little bit longer, and then start it up again when you're ready to do the next exercise, which for us now is now. The next exercise would be a lunge. A variety of ways to do the lunge. What do I mean by that? You can do walking lunges, having your apparatus next to you where you step out in front, you bend both knees, you step out in front, you bend both knees. You can also do it standing in space and not moving and just going up and down. Demonstrate this way so you can see my legs. One leg is in front, one leg is behind. My feet are hip width apart, meaning they are not lined up with each other, but they are lined up with my hips. And then, I'm going to turn again so you can see it this way. Then you're going to bend both knees, only as much as you can. Some people can go to the floor. That's not the case for everybody. Just a tiny little bend is fine. However, if this hurts either knee, or your hips, or your ankles, or the bottoms of your feet, or your toes, you get to skip this one and move on to a different one. If you're comfortable walking with your lunge, just take a step and lunge, take a step and lunge, take a step and lunge. See that I don't have a huge space here, but I've got enough room to do 3 lunges. You might have enough room to do 2 lunges. You might have enough room to do more lunges. Up and down. Notice I'm using my balanced support just in case. If you're very confident in your walking lunges and you do them in class all the time, you don't have to use anything. Bend both of those knees. Turn around. Take class all the time. You're used to going forward and then backward with your lunges. You can do that. I don't see too many of you who do that, but if it's something you want to practice at home, please use your support. Remember, lunges aren't for everyone, so if they hurt, don't do them. Next on our agenda is toes and heels. Once again, you've got your support there if you need it. You're going to come up onto your toes. So here's flat, up on my toes, and then you can walk forward on your toes. You can turn around and walk forward on your toes. You could also try walking backward on your toes. Turning around and going backward on your toes. In the gym, we walk the length of the gym on our toes, only if we can. Again, you can do this one forward. Most people just do it forward in class, but with that support next to you, if you want to also try it backward, as long as you don't fall, I'm good with that. The next one will be coming up onto your heels. When you come up onto your heels, people have a tendency to lock their knees. I want you to make sure your knees are unlocked. You can walk forward on those heels. Forward on those heels. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. You're looking out about 10 feet in front of you. You're using your apparatus for balance if you need it, and you're up on your toes. Or, excuse me, you've got your toes up, you're back on your heels. Now you could also try this one backwards. If that feels good to you and feels safe, fine. But this isn't something that everyone is comfortable doing, in which case, if that's you, don't do it. And you do that as long as you're comfortable doing it. Why do we do this exercise? Because oftentimes people who have sciatic nerve issues start to lose the ability to lift their toes up. And other people have it for other reasons as well. So if we practice doing it, we might have an easier time lifting our toes up while we walk. And when your toes drop down and don't lift up, that's a tripping hazard. I don't want you to trip and fall when you're walking. So if you can practice it occasionally, you can lift those toes up and walk. This workout you could do every single day. Come to it again and do these exercises. They'll get easier, you'll get stronger, and hopefully you will be better balanced as you go along. All right, next on our agenda is a side leg raise, a hip abduction. So I'm going to step a little bit away from my apparatus, but you could do it sideways. I'll demonstrate it sideways first. You lift your foot out to one side, then you put out to the other side. So you can do this one walking sideways. My people in class will do it walking sideways, lifting and lifting. This is one where you want to think of those corners on the bottoms of your feet again. You're lifting, go one direction, and then the other direction, while lifting the leg out to the side. The leg you're standing on the ground has a soft knee. You can also do this one walking forward, where you lift out to the side and out to the side. What I don't want you to do is throw that leg up as fast as you can, because that seems to make it easier for balance, but you're actually just using momentum. You're lifting the leg out to the side and lifting the leg out to the side. Again, the leg you're standing on has a soft knee. What do I mean by that? I mean it's not locked. Lifting out to the side, lifting out to the side. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. Lifting out to the side as you walk. Out to the side. Notice I moved that mat out of the way. If it was a rug on a rug in your house, it would be a tripping hazard. This way you can do these exercises and you're not worried about tripping over anything. If you do have tripping hazards in your home, especially since we're all stuck at home right now, it might not be a bad idea to take them and remove them indefinitely so that you're safer. Out to the side, just like all the other exercises, you only do as many as you comfortably can. If you're getting tired in your hips, time to take a break. Good. Again, this is one that if you are confident doing it, after you've done it forward a bunch, you could, only if you're comfortable, do it backward. But that is not necessary for everyone to do. The next exercise on our list is a sideways squat. So you're going to stand sideways. I'm going to turn towards my support. You're going to take a wide step, squat down, come up. 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 We'll go the other way. Things to think about while you're doing the sideways squat. Your tush goes back. Your knees do not go in front of your front toes. So as you're in the lowest position, which again, I'm going to turn this way so you can see it, is with wide feet, that's when you squat. Work my way up towards the wide feet as you squat. Not when you're together, but when you're wide. You want to think about having those knees pointing straight ahead. You've got your support in front of you as you do this exercise, and you're walking sideways and squatting. Tush goes back, knees stay behind your toes. Notice my chest is up. Your chest is up while you're squatting. Good. All right, next on our agenda, let's see, we did forward, we did backwards, we did sideways, we did grapevine, we did leg extension, we did arabesque, we did toes and heels, we did abduction, we did the sideways squat. So that's when in class, when you're done doing all of those, we do things together. So our next activity in class, we all get excited because we then do super brain yoga. And super brain yoga is an activity where you're going to cross your arms in front of you, if your shoulders do that, have the thumbs of your hands on the front of your earlobe, and your forefingers on the back of your earlobe. And you're going to keep your shoulders down and rest them in space. Then what we do is we squat up and down for 3 minutes. In class, we started this years ago, doing 1 minute. And then we did 1.5 minutes. And then 2 minutes, and so on down the line till everyone could do 3 minutes. If 3 minutes isn't for you, you get to sit and maybe get a drink, take a break during the 3 minutes, and not join us again until you're ready. Or you may do a little bit of time and be done. That's okay. But we do have more activities after our super brain yoga, so stick around so you can join us for them. Okay, with no further ado, let's get started. So you're going to Cross your left arm over your body with your thumb on the front of your earlobe, the forefinger on the back. Right arm goes over that, thumb on the front, forefinger on the back. Then you're going to drop those shoulders down. Your feet are hip width, your knees are going to point straight ahead, and you're going to stick your tailbone back as you go up and down. Ready, get set. I'm setting my timer. Here we go, down and up. I'm going to face the camera directly. Notice my knees are pointing straight ahead the whole time. You don't want your knees to come together. You don't want your knees to go out. That's where those four corners on the bottoms of your feet come in again. If you think about your weight being evenly distributed on those four corners, it will help you to keep your knees straight ahead. If you feel yourself rolling to the insides of your feet, you'll notice how if I do that, my knees come together. If I put my outside corners back down, they don't. And vice versa. If your legs roll to the outsides of your feet, your knees will go out to the sides. We want to try to keep them straight ahead. Why? Because that evenly distributes your weight on your knees as well and doesn't stress the inside or the outside edges of those knees. Plus, it helps you to strengthen your quads more evenly. If the position with your thumbs on your ears is uncomfortable, take them down. You could cross them on your body. Ooh, look at that. We're already done with 1 minute. You could put them out in front of you. You can just let them hang. We learned about this Super Brain Yoga from someone who came and gave us a talk on preventing dementia. And she showed us a video and taught us that this particular exercise can be very good for your brain. Fortunately, in class, we've been doing it for 3 years now. None of us have noticed great improvement in our brain. However, maybe we just would have had decline that we've been able to prevent. One thing I know for sure is that it is good for your body. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down the whole time. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see that my back is flat. I tell my students in class, pretend you've got a magic marker taped to your tailbone, and if you were standing in front of a wall, you'd be writing on that wall instead of poking it into the ground. This position, not good. This position, good. 1 more minute down. 2 minutes down, 1 to go. Now remember, you do not have to do this for the whole 3 minutes. Another joke that we have in class is raise your hand if your last name is Jones. So far, I've only had one person whose maiden name was Jones, but no one's name was Jones. And therefore, you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. And let's face it, we're all working out at home right now. I'm by myself while I work out. You might be too. Therefore, there's no one to keep up with. And you certainly don't have to try to keep up with me. Remember, this is my job. I do this every day. So, over the years, I've gotten pretty comfortable with 3 minutes of squatting. Doesn't mean that you are. Doesn't mean that you need to do it for 3 whole minutes. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Even if you're used to doing exercise, if you haven't done it in a few days, you'll notice, wow, it's not as easy as it was. It doesn't have to be. You start where you are, which is where you are today. We are done with our 3 minutes. Congratulations. All right, our next activity that we do in class, all together as a group, is we stand next to a wall. I don't have a wall, I have a couch. You use whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to move up so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to stand next to our couch or our table or our wall or our chair or our countertop, and we're going to stand on our inside leg. I want you to make sure that this knee is soft, has a tiny little bend in it. Then what we're going to do is lift up our outside leg, and we're going to work on balance for 1 minute. So with your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight, your soft knee, but your thigh tight and your glute tight, you're going to lift up your outside leg. Ready? Get set. Go. So you lift up that leg, holding on for balance. You put this leg wherever you want. If you're new to this, you're just going to stand here with 1 foot off the ground. If you lose your balance, my students in class know, if you lose your balance, you put your foot down, or you hold on to that wall a little bit better. It's easier if you've got a table or countertop or a couch or a chair, and you're just holding your other leg up in the air and working on balance. Think about the 4 corners on the bottom of this foot, evenly distributing your weight on those 4 corners. Make sure that knee is still soft. Make sure your belly is tight, your chest is up, and your shoulders are down. Now, if this is easy for you, you could add in movement. You can move that other leg around. You can move your arm around. You could try letting go. You could look around. If I lose my balance, what do? I put my foot down. Then I reset and come back up again. You could even, if you're used to doing this and you've done this in class a bunch, or if this is something that is seemingly easy for you, you could try closing your eyes. Our first minute is up. We're going to switch feet. I'm going to come over here where I have something else to hold on to. A little farther away, so maybe I'm going to hold on here. All right, yeah, you can still see. So I'm going to stand on my inside leg. You would just turn around if you don't have something on the other side to hold on to. Your chest will be up, your shoulders will be down, your belly will be tight. This knee will be soft, the one closest to your support. Think about those four corners on the bottom of your foot, evenly distributing your weight. Tighten your thigh and your buttock. Ready, get set, pick up the outside leg. So your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. Start where that leg is just most comfortable for you. This knee is soft, the leg you're standing on has a soft knee. Think about those four corners on the bottom of your foot. Tighten your thigh, your glute, and your belly. Chest up and your shoulders down. If this is easy for you, then you can add in a little movement. Whatever movement would challenge you. Your leg, your arm, or your leg and your arm. You can try to let go and see how that goes. You can look around. And the ultimate challenge would be to close your eyes. You don't have to do any of these things. You can just stand here. And if that's too hard, you could also have your foot on the ground and just practice lifting it up a little bit and putting it back down. This is your workout. It's your body that you have to respect and listen to while you do it. Doesn't matter what I can do. The most important thing is what you can do for yourself today. We're just working on improving our balance, and we are done with minute number 2. March your legs. Our next activity is a wall sit. So if you have a wall available, I don't here, but I'm going to use this, sort of get up against and slide down. Actually, I'm just going to do it without a wall. How can I demonstrate it pretending there's a wall? All right. Out of the way. You're going to stand against the wall with your tush on the wall, your shoulders on the wall, and if your head touches the wall, your head would be on the wall. Then you're going to walk out from that wall about a foot, but you're still having your body on that wall. Then what we're going to do is we're going to slide down that wall. I'm afraid I'm going to push my couch. Oh, maybe I won't. Okay, so you're going to slide down the wall. And you're going to try to keep your knees straight ahead. I am going to do it facing you. And you're going to hang there for a minute. So your back is on the wall, your shoulders are on the wall, your head is on the wall. Your feet are hip width apart, and you've walked out about a foot from that wall. And then I'm trying to make up my mind which will be best for you. And we're going to slide down that wall together. Ready? Get set. Go. You're going to slide down that wall, and we're going to hang here for approximately a minute. So you'll notice my knees are behind my toes. My chest is up, my shoulders are down, my belly is tight. I'm leaning on my wall. These are the muscles I'm working. This is called an isometric contraction. It's a contraction without movement. You don't need to be down as low as I am, but this is the most comfortable position on my couch. I'd really rather you be on a wall so that your whole body can be touching that wall. I don't have that option here. So even if you can't see me, find yourself a wall that you can slide along and stand there. And if this exercise isn't something you can do, if you don't have a wall handy, you're not comfortable doing it, you don't feel safe, don't. I'm just hanging out. Chest is up. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. My neck is relaxed, my face is relaxed. We have 15 seconds, and then we are done with this activity. If I could see you, I'd tell you you're looking good. Just do the best that you can do for your body today. Get tired in here? Come on up. We're all done now, so we're all going to come up. All right. We have one more balance exercise, and then we're going to take to the mat. The next balance exercise, you're going to stand with one foot directly in front of the other. So I'll demonstrate here. One foot in front of the other. The heel of the front foot is touching the toes of the back foot. I'd like you to stand sideways, but I'm going to stand this way so that you can see what it looks like. However, you're going to close your eyes, so then it's not going to matter. But here's what I want you to do. So I have to say I'm going to stand this way. One foot in front of the other, torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. You're holding onto your wall for balance. And then we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to try and stand in this position for 1 minute. Ready? Get set. Close your eyes. Why do we do this activity with our eyes closed? We are working on our proprioception, or our awareness of our body in space. For example, I know that when I do this activity, I tend to lean more on my back foot. So I'm going to try and put some more weight on my front foot. You know, we talked about those four corners on the bottom of your feet. I'd like you to try to evenly distribute your weight between all 8 corners now. So the 4 on the front foot, the 4 on the back foot. You've got your wall or your table or your couch or your chairs or your countertop for balance. And you're trying to evenly distribute your weight on both feet. Try to feel the bottoms of your feet and their contact with the ground. What does that feel like? Try to feel your ankles. How do they feel? How about your knees or your hips? Is your torso tall? Are your hips under your shoulders? Some people tend to lean back. Some people tend to lean forward. Try to pretend you're standing up as straight as you can, as if you were hanging from a string. So your ears are over your shoulders over your hips, and then your hips splitting the distance between your knees and over your feet. Okay, you can open your eyes. 1 minute is up. Don't turn around, just switch feet. Put the other foot in front. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight, soft knees. Ready, get set, close your eyes. So once again, pay attention to how you're standing. You have more weight on one foot. If you've got more weight on your front foot, shift a little weight on your back foot. Feel those 8 corners on the bottoms of both feet. Try to feel through the bottom of your feet. Is your weight evenly distributed on those 8 corners? Make sure your knees are soft. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Your belly is tight. Your ears are over your shoulders. Your shoulders are over your hips. Your hips are splitting the distance between your knees. And basically just over the intersection between the heel of the front foot and the toes of the back foot. You just want to feel where you are in space. If you want to try letting go of the wall or your table or whatever you've got there, you can. But please have it handy. If you lose your balance on this activity, you open your eyes or you move your feet to help you stay stable. Again, we want no falling during this activity. All right, and we are done. This is the point in class where we take to the mats. So, grab a mat. If you don't have a mat, you don't need a mat, you could use a towel. We're going to do our planks. Some of us won't be doing any planks, we'll just be doing bridges. I'm going to turn my mat so I'm parallel to the screen here. Okay, so we're going to get down on the floor. If getting down on the floor isn't for you, thank you for joining us. You get to hang out through these next few minutes, and then we'll do the stretches together. Although I think, you know what, if you can't get down on the floor, you might get to be done, because we're going to demonstrate the stretches on the floor. I think I'm going to create a video of chair stretches, but that won't be a part of this one. So if you can't get down on the floor, don't worry about it. Congratulations. You done good. And keep an eye out for the chair stretches that I'll be sending out soon. If you can get down on the floor, join me now. Hopefully you've had time to get your towel or your mat so you can lie on the floor. If you're on a comfortable rug, you don't even have to put anything down. You can just use your rug. Okay, we're going to start out with our planks. But if you can't plank, you can do a bridge. So I'll show that real quickly. Bridgers, you're going to lie on your back, with your knees up and your feet flat. You'll squeeze your shoulder blades together, push your shoulders down, tighten your belly, and then you're going to push your hips up into a bridge. That's what the bridgers will do. Plankers, you are going to lie down on your front. You're going to tuck your toes under your heels. You're going to have your elbows directly beneath your shoulders. You're going to pull your shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and tighten your belly. All right, so whether you're planking or bridging, your belly is tight. I want you to tighten your glutes and your thighs. And then we're all going to push our hips up off the mat. Ready, get set, go. So if you're bridging, your hips are off the mat, but you've got your face towards the ceiling. If you're planking, your hips are off the mat, but you've got your face towards the floor. You want to try to have your body in a straight line. Squeeze your glutes, your belly, and your thighs. You're looking straight down between your forearms. You're not looking up. You're not looking back at your feet. Straight down at your forearms. Push your belly button to your spine. Squeeze your glutes, tighten your thighs. Pull your shoulders down. And it's the same if you're bridging. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your shoulder blades squeezed together. When I say down, I mean away from your ears. They tend to creep up. We want to keep them down. Push your chest towards the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Push your hips away from the floor. Less than 10 seconds to go. We are done. Come on down. And we get to roll to our side. We have options here as well. Option 1, would be lying on your arm and doing a side leg raise. Option 2 would be doing a clam. Option 3 is a 2-leg raise. A little more core with that one, a little less leg, although you're still using your legs. Option 4 is a side plank. Looks like this or like this. You choose. And I forgot to mention this during the plank, but hopefully you did it as you needed to. If you need a break, take it, come down and rest, and come back up. The most important thing is to listen to your body. I'm going to demonstrate the side plank because that's the one that you might need a little bit more support doing. But if you can do the leg raises, that's great too. You choose what's best for you. Everybody, whether you're doing leg raises or planks, you're going to stack your shoulders, stack your hips, stack your knees, and your ankles. What do I mean by stack? I mean one on top of the other, so you're not leaning forward or leaning back. You're straight up and down, one shoulder on top of the other, one hip on top of the other. Same with your knees and your ankles. Tighten your belly, squeeze your glutes, tighten your thighs. Ready, get set, go. So you're going to push your hips off that mat if you're planking. Leg raises if you're leg raising. But if you're leg raising, you can have your head down on your arm. If you need a break, come down and then come back up again. Remember, you don't have to come to your feet. You can come to your knees, whatever's best for you. Your belly is tight, your glutes are tight, your thighs are tight. This area in here is not. Relax your neck, relax your face, the top of your shoulders. Push up from here so you can see you want to be in a straight line. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly, buttocks, and thighs are tight. If you need a break, take it. Listen to your body. And we only have 15 seconds left. You are strong, you are capable, you are young, you are beautiful, you are powerful. You can dance. Glutes tight, thighs tight, abs tight. And we are done. Come on down, other side. So remember, you can do leg raises like this. Or you can do a clam like this. Or you can do 2 leg raises like this. Or you can do your side plank. Looks like this. Alrighty? So, stack your shoulders, one on top of the other. Hips, knees, and ankles, all one on top of the other. I took my shirt around. Okay, chest is up, shoulders are pulled down. Ready, get set. So your belly's tight, your buttocks are tight, your thighs are tight. Your hips are off that mat if you're planking. Remember, you can come down and take breaks. You can also plank to your knees. You don't have to come all the way to your feet. If you're doing leg raises, make sure your head is resting on your arm. Your belly's tight, your buttocks are tight, your thighs are tight. Why do I say that over and over again? Because as you get fatigued, they start to let go and you start to sag. So you want to think, oh yeah, belly button to my spine, glutes are squeezed, thighs are squeezed. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, down away from your ears, not coming up, but staying down. You're pushing from under here. That's why this is a core exercise. Your core is from here all the way to what's touching. So right now I'm using everything from my shoulder to my ankle. If you're to your knees, you're using everything from your shoulder to your knees. Your belly's tight, your glutes are tight, your thighs are tight. And we have 2, 1, and we are done. Come on down, good. All right, in class we often run out of time for the rear plank, but we don't have to here. We've got ample time here. So the next activity we're going to do is either a bridge. If you already did the bridge once, you can change it from your bridge to a pelvic tilt, where you push your back down into the mat and release. If you haven't done a bridge yet and you don't want to do the plank, I'll show you that in a minute, then you can do the bridge, which would be lying flat, tightening your belly, buttocks, and thighs, and pushing your hips up off the mat. That's the bridge. If you want, you can take your bridge up and down. Your choice. The other activity would be a rear plank. A rear plank would be on your hands or on your elbows, and you're going to push your hips up off the mat. For women, it's harder to be on our elbows, so I'll recommend your hands if you haven't done this before. And then you could always switch to a bridge if your arms get too tired. But the rear plank looks like this. Push those hips up, or like this. I'm going to demonstrate it from my hands so that you can see it better. And because it's a little bit easier on my shoulders and I have some shoulder issues, you have to listen to your body and do what's best for you. All right, so get yourself in position. Remember, a bridge would be knees up, feet flat. A plank is legs out straight. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight. Ready, get set, push yourself up off that mat. If you're doing a pelvic tilt, you're pushing your back down into the mat. Your chest is up, your hips are up, your glutes are squeezed tightly. Your hands are facing whatever direction is comfortable for you. Sometimes people will ask me, which way should my hands face? It's whatever's most comfortable for your shoulders. I like to have my feet flexed. Some people like to have their toes pointed. Whatever's comfortable for you. Again, as long as your hips are up, your glutes are tight, your thighs are tight, and your abdomen is tight. If you need a break, take it. You just come down and take a break. If this is easy for you, you could add in leg raises. Squeeze those glutes, tighten your thighs, tighten your belly. Remember, you are strong. You are capable. Even if you need breaks and take them, you are still strong and still capable. We're working on building strength. We're working on building balance, building abilities. You don't have to lose abilities as you get older. We are done. Come on down. Now it's time to stretch. So you get to lie flat on your back. This is everybody's favorite part of class, by the way. With your legs out straight, you can bring your arms up over your head. If your arms don't comfortably go over your head, you do not have to bring them over your head. You only find a place that's comfortable for you, and you put your arms in that position. Just let gravity push you down. And now we're going to bring our arms down by our sides. Pull your fingers towards your head, pull your toes towards your head, and push your shoulders down. This is your reward for practicing all of these challenging things. Stretching should feel good, I hope. If anything hurts, again, please don't do it. Let it all flop down. Bring your knees up. Put your feet flat. We're going to take our left ankle and put it on our right thigh. Push your left knee away. Tuck your chin in. Relax your shoulders. You can hold that for a while. If that feels good, you can stay right there. You could also pull behind your right leg and lift your right leg up off the ground. You're looking for a stretch in the vicinity of your left hip, somewhere between your knee and hip. Could be on the outside of your leg, could be on the inside of your leg. Make sure your chin is tucked in, your shoulders are pulled down. Our chins creep up as we do these. So I'm going to remind you over and over again to keep your chin down and your shoulders down. We're going to do 4 stretches for the left leg, followed by 4 for the right, and then we will alternate back and forth. So, if you picked your right foot up off the ground, set it down. We're still doing stretches for the left leg. You're going to straighten your left leg up in the air, place your hands behind your left thigh, and then straighten your right leg out on the mat. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, try to get both legs as straight as you can. Flex both feet as much as you can. Tuck your chin in, pull your shoulders down. We are stretching the back of your thigh, also known as your hamstring. If you want, you could turn from your hip, rotate the leg in or out, and try to find that sweet spot of tightness for you. Nice deep breaths. Stretching the back of the thigh, you might say, wow, I feel it in my calf. And you might. And the more you pull your toe down towards your head, you might feel it more in your calf. That's okay. You're actually stretching your hamstring tendons and a little bit of calf when you do that. All right. Pull that leg a little closer to your face. Your knee might bend more. That's okay, and move that left ankle around. Your leg may not get as straight as mine. You may be able to touch your knee to your face. We all have different levels of flexibility that we were born with, and we work on those throughout our lives. Try to improve it if you're less flexible. Try to maintain it if you're more flexible. All right. Arms are going to go out to your sides like the letter T. Your palms are going to face the ceiling. You're going to take that left leg and drop it over to your right. Now, this may not be comfortable for everyone. You've got that big, long lever hanging out there. So if you look at that and go, no, that's not good for me, you could also put your foot down and then drop your leg over. Whatever's best for you. What we're stretching here is from the outside of your left knee, down the outside of your left leg, through your left hip, your low back on the left side, coming up to your mid-back, and then stretching across your abdomen, down your chest and arm. Remember to keep your chin tucked in and your neck and shoulders relaxed. Tighten your belly. Take your right hand, put it by the inside of your left leg. Push that left leg up. Hug your left knee into your chest. Tuck your chin in. Relax your shoulders. Try to get your right leg as straight as you can. And only pull that left leg in with your arms, not with your neck, not with your chest, not with your shoulders, just your arms. Now we're going to go through and do the stretches for the right leg. So set your left foot down on the ground with your left knee up in the air. You're going to take your right ankle, put it on your left thigh, and then gently push that right knee away. If that's a great stretch for you and you don't need to do anything else, don't. If it feels good to you though, you could reach your hands behind your left leg and pull your left leg up. So you're stretching it slightly differently on the right side. Again, you want to feel this somewhere in the vicinity of your right hip, between your right hip and your right knee. Tuck your chin in, relax your shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Try to not hold your breath if you're in a tight spot. Just breathe. If you've lifted your left leg up, please set it back down. Now we're going to straighten the right leg up in the air. Hands go behind your right thigh. Straighten your right leg up in the air and your left leg down on your mat. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, tuck your chin in, push your shoulders down. Try to get both legs as straight as you can. And flex both feet as much as you can. And you notice I spend a lot of time talking to you while you're doing this exercise. And we hold this one for quite a while. Because every step you take when you walk forward, you push off with your hamstrings. Sit, they are in their shortest position, which just leads to tightness over time. So if you're really tight here, this is a stretch you could do every day. I do it every day and I'm still really tight here. But I have definitely loosened up over time. Now pull that leg a little closer and move that right ankle around. Your chin is tucked in, and your shoulders are relaxed. Again, as you pull that leg in, your knee will probably bend a little bit more, and that's okay. All right, we're taking our arms out to our sides like we're a letter T. Your palms turn and face the ceiling, and then you're going to take that right leg and drop it to the left. And remember, if that straight leg position isn't comfortable for you, you don't have to do it. I also want to point out that you may not have both hands and both feet on the ground. That's okay too. If your leg's hanging out there and you can tolerate it, that's not a problem. If you need to bend it and put your foot on the ground, that's not a problem. This is your body. This is your workout. You have to do what's best for you. All right, tighten your belly. Take your left hand, put it by the inside of your right thigh. Push your right leg up, lie flat on your back, and hug your right knee into your chest. Tuck your chin in. Relax your shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Try to hug that right knee as much as you can and straighten that left leg out as much as you can. Now you're going to add your left leg to the right. Hugging both knees to your chest, you can roll a little left and a little right. Make sure your chin is tucked in and your shoulders are down. Stretching the low back, a little low back massage. Again, you don't have to do the rolling. Just hang out in the middle. Now let's all return to the middle, and we're going to turn this into a happy baby stretch. So, bottoms of your feet are going to face the ceiling. You're going to reach behind your thighs and gently pull your knees towards your armpits. Tuck your chin in, relax your shoulders. You can hang here, or if it feels good to you, you could reach out your legs towards your shins, or your ankles, or even grab the bottoms of your feet, and again, gently bring those knees towards your armpits. You could also roll a little left and a little right. Depending on your flexibility, you may not get anywhere near your feet, and that is okay. I know people who can put their knees on the ground behind their shoulders. Not me. We are all built differently. We have different abilities of flexibility, strength, speed, etc., balance. So you have to respect your body and what you're capable of doing now. Let go of those legs and tighten your belly. Options on this next exercise. We're going to either lie on our side or our stomach. I prefer to do this one on the side, but I prefer to do it on my stomach, but I'm going to demonstrate on the side first. We're going to do a quad stretch. So you're going to lie on your side and grab your top leg. If that feels good to you, I like to lie on my stomach and do this one because it supports my low back. So you're going to take one fist and put it under your forehead. Or you're going to lie on your side on one arm. The other arm is going to go back by your body. You're going to bend that leg, reach back, and if you can grab your pant leg or your sock or your shoe, or your foot or your ankle, do. If you can't grab anything, don't. Just gently bring your heel towards your butt. Again, you can be lying on your side or your stomach to do this stretch. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, I want you to feel that stretch in the front of the thigh of the leg that is bent. Deliberately relax your shoulders. Let your head sink down on your arm, whether it's your ear touching your arm or your forehead touching your fist. Gently bringing the other heel towards your buttock. You don't have to be able to touch it. We're stretching the front of your thigh, also known as your quads. All right, let go of that leg. If you're on your side, please roll over to the other side. If you're on your stomach, you're going to stay there and put the other fist under your forehead. You're going to reach that free arm down by your side and bend that leg. If you can grab your pant leg, sock, shoe, foot, or ankle, do. And gently bring your heel towards your buttock. But if you can't, don't. Again, everybody has a different preference on this exercise. Some people really prefer to be on their side. Some people prefer to be on their stomach. You can try both and see what works best for you. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, deliberately relax your shoulders and let your head sink down onto your arm, your fist. All right, let go of that leg. Now everybody on your stomach, come on up onto your elbows and drop your head down. We're stretching out the back of the neck. Deep breaths. You can either stay here, or if it feels good to you and you know you can do it, you could come into a cobra. If you have osteoporosis in your spine, the cobra might not be a great idea because you are hyperextending your back, and I don't want you to fracture any vertebrae, so you can just stay in the neck stretch position. All right, from either your neck stretch position or your cobra, come onto your hands and knees. Push your back up and drop your head down. Drop your back down, lift your head up. Feeling okay doing this one? Back up, head down. From this position, sit back on your feet. Walk your hands away from your body. Drop your head down between your hands. Walk those hands as far as you can. Stretching your arms. Relax. Low back. Now shift your hips over one foot. You can walk your hands to the opposite edge of the mat and lean away. Make sure you relax your neck. Walk your hands back to the middle. Shift your hips over the other foot. Walk your hands to the opposite edge of the mat. Then lean away. Make sure that neck is relaxed. Come on back to the middle. And come on up onto your knees. For this stretch, I like to add a little extra cushion under my knees, so I'm going to turn. I'm going to fold my mat up a little bit. I'm going to come on up onto one knee. We're going to bring the other leg up in front of you. The leg that is back, that arm's going to go up, bend behind your head, tuck your chin in, push your head back into your hand. Try to get your torso as tall as you can. The leg that's in front, put it far enough in front that if you want to lean forward, that knee doesn't go in front of your toe. The objective here, though, is to just get as tall as you can. If you can't do this exercise and you're not comfortable being on your knees, stand up. Take one leg, put it behind you. Hold on to something for balance with the other hand. So if you're holding on with your left hand, your right leg is back. Your right heel will come up. You'll bend both knees and push your hips forward. Then you'll take that right arm and put it up behind your head. Tuck your chin in and push your head back into your hand. And now we're going to switch legs. So if you're on the ground, put the other knee down. Take that first knee up. If you're standing, walk someplace where you can put your right hand on the wall. Your torso is going to be tall. You're going to bring that other arm up, bend it behind your head, tuck your chin in, push your head back into your hand. The arm that comes up is the arm of the leg that is back. If you're on the ground, make sure your foot's far enough in front. If you want to come forward, the most important thing is to get your torso tall. If you're standing, you're holding on with your right hand, then your left leg would be back. You lift your left heel up, you bend both knees and push your hips forward. right. This is another one that we hold for a while because every step you take, you lift with your hip flexors, and then when you sit, they're in their shortest position. So we want to stretch them out. Tight hip flexors and tight hamstrings mess with your back, mess with your knees. All right, come on up to standing. We're going to stand with one leg in front, one leg behind. Feel free to hold on to something. Your back leg is straight, your back heel is down. Roll your shoulders back and down. We're stretching the top part of the calf of the leg that is back. Now, keeping that heel down, bend that back leg slightly. Roll your shoulders back and down again. Breathe. And switch. Put the other leg back. Back leg is straight, back heel is down. Roll your shoulders back and down. We're stretching the top part of the calf of the leg that is back. Breaths. Now keeping that heel down, bend that back leg slightly. You'll feel it deeper, you'll feel it closer to the bone. And you are done. Let's do 3 deep breaths together. Bend down, bring your hands in front of you, bring them up. Let's do it again. One more time. And have a great day. You can save this video. You can use it anytime. Balance for walking is important. You can practice these exercises every day. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope to see you at the Y soon.